Yahawah Yahawashi has spoken, who can but prophesy? Giving all praises to Yahawah Yahawashi Bashem Rakakwadash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, let me stop this. Let me go to the precept. Okay, this is Amos 7. I mean Amos 3 and 7. Amos 3. Okay, I'm gonna. What the hell's going on here? I wanted to start at the first verse. Anyway, so the title is "The Lord Power Have Spoken. Who can but prophesy?" So I said, Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi have spoken. Who can but prophesy? It says, "The lion hath roared. Who will not fear? Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi have spoken. Who can but prophesy?" The most Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi is speaking right now. So there has to be an outlet, a vehicle where he speaks at, like a speaker system. We are the prophets, are the speaker systems. We are his speaker system. We are his, if you speak to a crowd of people in a stadium, you need a speaker system, right? So we are that speaker system that the Most High speaks through so you can understand. The spirit is heavy. Listen to me now. The spirit is heavy on certain men to just keep teaching. And if the spirit, I did a video yesterday, somewhat early morning, morning to the afternoon, actually early morning. I wanted to do another video. I was doing some things. I wasn't in the crib. And I wanted to do another video when I came back home, but the spirit wasn't on me. So I was a little bit upset, I was like, hey, maybe the Most High is not dealing with me no more. Because I want to do videos. I want to be his speaker system. So the spirit just got on me about an hour ago, about 5 o'clock in the morning. And it's not 5 right now, but I'm talking about 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm listening to I go to my notifications and I'm listening to Yahawah. He was going into which is the elder of head of GMS Dallas. He was going in on so-called, his name is Elder Rakar Shayah of the GOCC. And when I saw that, I said, I know he going into the fact that this guy's he's a complete bugger. He's the most bugged out Israelite out there, period. He's the groovy guru of Israelites. Inside joke. So he's saying that the angels, I couldn't even hear it. I mean, I listened to it, but he was going into how he said the angels from the flood didn't die. I said, first of all, angels don't die, dumbass. I said, this guy, you cannot, I mean, you know what? Vocab Malone makes more sense than Elder Ricard. I mean, we can read some commonalities with uh this guy Vocab Malone. We can come and agree on the same thing. He's not that far out. He just doesn't understand because the Most High is not dealing with him now. Only time will tell whether we will know whether he's an actual Israelite or he's a heathen. We don't know. We do deem him as an Edomite until he proves otherwise. And I told him to his face, I said, yeah, can I be an Israelite? I said, yeah, it's possible that you can be an Israelite, but you're a lost Israelite if you are one. You better goddamn hope you're an Israelite. You better put up that prayer that that Balaam put up in um Numbers. I'm just waking up. Numbers, so bear with me. Numbers. I'm not sounding like Alexander Scorby or Orson Welles today, so bear with me, my dear children. See, Tar, he said, children that be here, father. He's saying he's the father. I got him. Okay, good. So let me go to that prayer. Well, it's not a prayer, but this is what Balaam said. Numbers 23. And Balaam was not an Israelite at all, but he prophesied. He saw this time. He saw the the war of Armageddon. He saw the Israelites beating the shit out of the other nations and putting them into subjection. I was watching, I'm a little all over the place, but bear with me. I was watching the video that was put up maybe 2 years ago, 2 years and change. Vocab Malone had went down to the Dallas GMS Dallas camp, and he said, "Are you guys going to be taking Edomites in the kingdom and killing them?" And they really didn't answer straight up because they looked at it as him trying to get it on camera. See, these guys are going to actually kill us now. And he even said that to Bishop Jephthah. I call his name Bishop Jephthah went lefter. Cause he bugged. I'm all over the place. Y'all know the famous or the infamous Bishop Jephthah. Well, Bishop Jephthah went lefter. He no longer used the name of Yahawashi. He said Yahawashi never performed miracles. Um, he probably teaches that hell is an actual place. There's no reincarnation. I'm all over the place. Please bear with me. I'm all over the place. I can't even keep up with myself. But anyway, let me get back to this. So he's asking the questions concerning, are you going to beat up and kill Edomites and other nations in the kingdom? Well, we did it when we was in power before. Read Amaziah. What did he do? He got off on seeing Edomites fall from a cliff and watching their head pop open as they hit the jacket. He got off on that. He was probably aroused at that. Then this nigga, Amaziah, yes, you calling the king of Israel a nigga? Yes, he's a nigga. He's a nigga. Okay, you had niggas back then. He found the god of Esau and he worshipped the god of Esau, which looked just like Barry Manilow. I'm talking about Quaz. Did y'all know that? You Christians don't know about Quaz. Vocab don't know about Quaz. Well, he knows Quaz. That's Dr. Brown looked just like Quaz. Looked just like Quaz. So Quaz is here among us. I'm bugging. Sometimes you gotta bug out, man. But let me come back to that bug out Elder Rakar. He's saying that the angels of the flood never died and they're here among us today. Well, of course they were here among us today because angels are timeless. They don't die. There's a spiritual realm. I wanted to say something, but I'm not going to say it now. It kind of brought some tears to my eyes, but I'm not going to say it now. Now you wonder, what the hell are you, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? The angels are real. Okay, the angels are real. Okay. Um. So anyway, let me get back into it. So like I said, in that concerning that video, and I can bring it up. I can find and bring it up. He you gonna beat up and you gonna kill Edomites and other nations in the kingdom? Well, if we do, that's nobody's business but ours. Ain't nobody business but ours. If we want to kill an Edomite, we can kill an Edomite. Now, the Most High is going to put a certain spirit on us because you may go crazy and kill all the Edomites. That's so the Most High is going to put the spirit in the kingdom. The Most High is going to still be dealing with us. So we are going to enslave them and we are going to oppress them. Okay, that's for sure. Um, but if we kill them, is there anything wrong with that? No, because they're the enemies. King David uh, put them into captivity. Oh, King David and Joab. Remember the story of Hadad, the Edomite. He fled from King David and Joab because he was feared for his life. And what Joab did, he was ordered by uh, King David to go and kill all the Edomite men and that were in Mount Seir, kill all the Edomite men and take their women. And why did he say take the women? Because we're going to procreate with the woman. That was a thing. When you read about the Midianites, Moses said, kill all the men of Midian, kill all the married women, kill all the boys, but save the little girls for yourself. So there were some Israelites that took 8-year-old girls, but didn't touch them until they came of full age, groomed them, and people don't like that. See, you groomed her. Well, in the ancient world, fathers groomed their daughters to get with a man. They showed you that in the movie Coming to America, the first one. None of y'all walked out. I'm not with this. See that they see they showing her being groomed. She was groomed to just deal with a man. Niggas didn't walk out the theater. You know, in the kingdom of heaven, women will be groomed for men, and women will know the true definition of share, because sharing is caring. But anyway, so I'm in Numbers 23. So you should read this vocab and hope that you are one of us. Oh, let me start the 8th verse. How shall I curse whom the Most High have not cursed? Or how shall I defy whom the Lord Yahawah have not defied? So you can pull out some of the words: curse, defy, defied. So what is he talking about? He's talking about, look, matter of fact, let me go to the 7th verse. I feel like reading from the first. The prophecies of Balaam. Balaam was of another nation. And Balaam said unto Balak, the king of Moab, build me here 7 altars and prepare me here 7 oxen and 7 rams. So guess what? Balaam knew about sacrifices. So he knew, because Balaam was one of the sons of Adam, ultimately, right? Because he came out of one of Noah's 3 sons, right? Let me do something here. Balaam. Oh, and anybody that you see, Israelite, Esau, anybody using the blue letter, they got it from me. They got it from me. Okay, they got it from the head apostle of GMS, Apostle Tahar, if you didn't know. All these guys, let's go to the blue letter. Where you think they got it from? They got it from myself. I'm the one that discovered uh, the blue letter. The blue letter was there, but I discovered it for y'all. Just like if you watch the thing on CNN with Little Richard, he said I'm the king of rock and roll. He said, and I discovered James Brown. So guess what? I discovered the blue letter for y'all. So, and the blue letter goes off. All right. Anyway, so now he got a Hebrew name. Bala'aim. So Bal, Bal, Bal or Bala, I'm meaning people. I picked up on that, but I don't know how not Balaam, not of the people, right? He not that's a prophetic name. He's not of the people of Israel. The son of Behor, man endowed with the gift of prophecy. He was of another nation. It's not going to say too much else about him. Okay, people, foreigners by Lem, a Mesopotamian prophet, also a place in Palestine. So he's from Mesopotamia. Balaam, prophet from. Doesn't say too much about him. All it says a prophet from Mesopotamia, meaning he was an Israelite. But he knew about animal sacrifices and he did prophesy. Prove to you that can Edomites have actual prophetic dreams? Of course. Let me jump down here. Okay, so this is Balak saying, "Curse me, Jacob." Now, why did the king of Moab want Israel to be cursed? Because they came out of Egypt strong, and they were like, "They're gonna take us over." They looking strong and healthy. They're gonna take us over. And Esau at that time was nervous about him. Deuteronomy chapter 2. Moses said, "Don't mess with him." Why? Because they had a job to do. It says, "How shall I curse whom the Most High have not cursed? Or how shall I defy whom the Lord have not defied?" Let's look up the word defied. Let's look up the word curse. Curse. And the word there is naquab, to pierce, perforate, bore, appoint, to pierce, bore, to prick off, designate, to prick off, to designate, to be specified, to curse, blaspheme. When you put a curse on somebody, you want them to get sick or you want them to die. A pox on you and your ancestors, smallpox. A pox is a curse. Let's look up the word defied. See, General Ntanyalaka, you would have a far better, deeper understanding if you went into these root words, which you used to do. Okay, defy. Za'im. It says za'am, za'im, to denounce, express indignation, be indignant, to have indignation, abhorrent. You come against somebody. defiled, same word, Za'im. So Balaam is telling Balak, he said, man, you can't curse these people. These are special people. And then he goes on and says, 24th chapter, he said, let me tell you what these people are going to do in the end of this age. He saw, Balaam saw what Daniel saw. Daniel 7, chapter 9. From chapter 9 on down, all hell breaks loose on these other nations. Mainly the beast, which was here 2 times. The Roman Empire came back as NATO and the EU, which America and Canada is part of it. All the NATO nations, which is a race. They don't call out racism on the NATO organization because the only nations that are part of the NATO and EU are Europeans. Nobody calls racism on that. Nobody calls racism on that. So that's a racist organization. You can't be an African and be part of NATO or the EU. That's because they're the beast. It says, how shall I curse whom the Most High have not cursed? So all you niggas that's talking about Israelites going to burn in hell, that's a curse. If you're going to burn in hell, first of all, there's no hell for you dummies out there. General Netanyahu done woke up to that. He reversed himself on that. He was teaching that nonsense that the lake of fire is eternal damnation and most Israelites going to burn in there. Well, wait a minute. That's a curse. And that makes the Most High look crazy. He blessed us and now he cursed us. First we're your children and now we're not your children. First we're your children and now we're not your children. Inside joke. You see, all you see, people, look, people don't be scoffing like they used to on GMS. They don't be scoffing. It's very rare you have scoffs on our video because people are starting to say, I don't know, man, GMS, I don't know, man. I think they are the men of the Lord. It says, how shall I curse whom the Most High have not cursed? So the Most High didn't curse us. Ultimately, he curses temporarily. And by the way, for the Most High to create a perfect nation of people, his chosen people, and turn around and send them to hell doesn't make sense. Because the scriptures say in Proverbs, man's goings are of the Lord. So how can a man then understand his own way? The Most High made you go off. The Apostle Paul said that in Romans 7. You guys don't understand. All you guys, if you're not a GMS, you need to stop doing videos and watch GMS and ask questions. Then you can go out there. You haven't ate the roll. You ate the meat and all that and the potatoes, but you didn't eat the strang beans. That's why your mother said eat everything off that. You ain't gonna get your ass up unless you clean the. Remember that? Unless you better clean that plate. And you hate it. If you had a dog, you'd give the dog the vegetables. The dog didn't even want the vegetables. The dog wants the meat. How shall I curse whom the Most High have not cursed? Or how shall I defy whom the Lord Yahawah have not defied? So ultimately, he's going to have mercy on us. So what are all you knuckleheads talking about? Some of you Israelites, like these clowns at the ICGJC. Oh, Tahar, he gonna burn. He going straight to hell. He going straight to hell. What do you mean by hell? Eternal? There's no such thing as that's a fairy tale, man. You've been watching too many movies. Hell, boy, ain't real. So even Tazadaki, he's in the spiritual realm, and when he come back, he gonna have his head down. We're gonna pat him on the back. He said, "Ah, you all right, brother." Judas Iscariot did what he had to do to fulfill prophecy. So the Most High put the spirit on Judas Iscariot to do what he did. It says, "For from the top of the rocks, I see him, which is Israel, and from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone." You're going to be ostracized and shall not be reckoned or recognized among the nations to this day. That's why you got these small hat groups coming against us, because for us to say that we're the people is to say that they're not the people. And guess what? They're not the people. And the ones, these lawyers and so forth that are coming against us, they're secular small hats. They don't even believe in the laws. They're not even in the land of Israel. Look, the scriptures say this. Isaiah, what is that, chapter 2, and was that Micah chapter 2 or chapter 4? It's on the other side of the street of the UN building. It says, it speaks about when the children of Israel come back, the nation shall not learn war anymore. Why do you have these small hats scattered around the world when the fulfillment of the prophecy in 1948, all y'all should have just stopped and we'll all just pack up and go to Israel, grow beds on you, put fringes on, go back to Israel. Then you can stop all wars. So they should be, you know, what's the word? Demanded. There should be a demand from the UN. All small hats go back to Israel, and the world will be blessed. So obviously, you don't want the world blessed because you're not the people. We're the people, and we have a right to declare our identities pursuant to the UN, which that's the supreme law of the land, the UN. The U.S. is under the UN. When they made that signature, what was it, 51 or whatever, 52? It says, who can count the dust of Jacob or Yahawah and the number of the fourth part of Israel? You can't even count 25% of Israel. You're gonna be there for the next. How many of y'all niggas try to count to 1 billion? Huh? Nigga, you can't even count to 1 million. You'll faint trying to count to 1,000. It says, let me die the death of the right. What do you mean by that? Let me die the death of the righteous and let my last end be like his. The his is Israel. Let me die the death of the righteous. Let me die, and when I come back, I'll come back as an Israelite. Well, guess what, buddy? You ain't coming back as no Israelite. Let me do this here. I'm all over the place. I didn't know where I was going to go. Oh, when I was watching the video with Yahawah, and actually I went from this video to where is it? Where is it? Okay, so I was watching the brothers out there in the West, and this was 3 in the morning. I think before 3 in the morning, and they were going in. They're preparing for war against the Israelites. Yeah, that's many scriptures, but one precept come to mind is, of course, Second Ezra, really Second Ezra 15, Second Ezra 16. So we want that to happen. We want you to push that, stop dragging your feet, Esau, and push that damn chip. Go to a cashless society and push that goddamn microchip so I can see the look of the faces of these guys that's been saying otherwise. I want to see a look on your face. So let me do this here. Let's see what the commentary has to say. Let me do this. Okay, let me do it this way. Come on now. Bear with me for a minute. I was acting up. Anyway, let me do this. So I proved my point right here. He wanted to be us. He said, let me die. And when I wake back up in my next life, that I be born as an Israelite. Anyway, what inspired me to do this video and the title I gave it, uh, Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi have spoken, who can but prophesy. I was inspired by this video right here. Because these brothers, okay, these brothers are 3 hours behind us. So this was around about 3 o'clock. So the spirit jumped on them. They didn't have nothing to do. Let's make a video. So they did it because they didn't want to do it. The Most High, the Father made them do it. Like I said, I'm all over the place. Okay, where the hell? Bear me for a minute again. Just bear with me for a couple of minutes. Okay, bring this over here. I just want to see what the commentary has to say concerning Numbers 23 and 10. Cambridge Bible for schools and colleges. Or number the fourth part of Israel involves a necessary emendation. The Hebrew texts represent the RV merge being scarcely translatable. For the fourth part, some would read Marriott, perhaps. Then they go, see, there's a lot of mumbo jumbo. When you see this, LXX, it stands for the Septuagint. And people say, well, let's Septuagint. What the hell are you going to Septuagint? The Septuagint was just a translation from the Hebrew to the Greek. For who? For white people? No. For Israelites that spoke Greek. So we spoke Greek. Israelites spoke Greek long before Antiochus Epiphanes and the Maccabees. So we had the scriptures written in Greek. The congregation that came out of Alexandria, Egypt, they spoke Greek. So they were reading out of the Septuagint. The multitude of the people of Israel, let me die, may my soul or my life die. Let's see what they say now. The death of the upright ones, which are the Israelites. The plural objective refers to Israel, who are ideally considered as a nation of upright men. So how in the hell, this is what these people are saying, these scholars are saying, that Israel, the nation of Israel, are upright men, meaning upright men, upright women, upright children. So how the hell are they gonna go burn it in fire? But like I said, all you camps just shut your shut down, shut the fuck down, and watch the GMS videos and ask questions. That includes you, uh, Bishop Nathaniel. That includes you, General Nathaniel, General. What's this guy? General Yahana. That includes all of y'all. That especially y'all Wi-Fi. Sakari, all of y'all. Y'all got to shut your shit down. Watch the GMS videos. Get it right. Eat all your greens, and then you can come back and teach. The singular pronounce at the end of the verse refers to the nation as a single whole, meaning the Israelites. There is no reference in the final words to a future life. Well, the future life is a thing called reincarnation. When you die, you're going to live again. It is a poetical parallel to the preceding clause. Balaam prays that the close of his life may be the peaceful end enjoyed by good. No, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. It's reincarnation. He says he understood reincarnation based on what he said. Let me see how they say it. They ain't gonna say it right. Why am I wasting time? Okay, let me try it right over here. The death of the righteous. Right, Jeshurun, which means number one, loosely translated, a holy and particular people, Israelites. But but the majority of them are gonna burn in hell. Give me a break. Following after righteousness and judgment, the end of Balaam, meaning his death, presented a strange contrast to his prayer. So it was a prayer and showed that even the prayer of the wicked is abomination in the sight of the Lord. So let me look at Numbers 31 and 8. And they slew the king of Midian. Oh, 31 and 8. That's a nasty. That Numbers chapter 31 is a nasty chapter. You guys that are against that grape thing, and y'all don't want to read this. And they slew the kings of Midian beside the rest of them that were slain, namely Eva and Rechem and Balaam of Midian, Balaam also the son of Behor. They slew. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I just found something. Okay, let me come over here now. I don't need this no more. Now the blue letter said he was from but this scripture said he's Midianite. It says, and they slew. So he prayed that when he died, and when he come back as an Israelite. How can he come back as an Israelite when he was not an Israelite? It says, so this is a new one. And they slew the kings of Midian. Who slew the kings of Midian? U.S. The slaughter of Midian. And so is the Most High a mass murderer? You goddamn right he is. Well, it wasn't murder, it was killing. And Yahawah spake unto Moses, saying, avenge the children of Yashar'allah of the Midianites. Afterward shalt thou be gathered unto thy people. And Moses spake unto the people, saying, arm some of yourselves unto the war, and let them go against the Midianites and avenge Yahawah of Midian. Of every tribe, 1,000, throughout all the tribes of Yashar'allah shall ye send to the war. So that was 12,000 men. Because at that time, you remember, it was 13 tribes. Levi didn't fight. Levi could kick ass. They can fight, but they didn't fight. Remember, there was the Levites that had held swords against, you know, uh, protecting the cattle for the homeland, so they can fight. Don't tell me, yo, Levi can shoot joints. They raising hell down there in Haiti. Levi can shoot joints. There's a video right here, right there. It says, so there, so there were. You got to have fun with this. So there were delivered out of the 1,000 of Israel, 1,000 of every tribe, 12,000 armed for war. And so all they need is 12,000 to take out a whole nation. And Moses, Mashah, sent them to the war, and he declared war on them, 1,000 of every tribe, them and Phineas, the son of Eleazar, the priest, to the war, because you had Esau got chaplains and priests in the war, and they blessed the shoulder. Where do you think they got that from? They got it from us. You know, when they went out to war, they had music with them. They had, you know, orchestras playing while they were killing people. They were playing songs, because music is inspiring, man. You ever watch these Muay Thai fighters? They got music playing. They got that crazy heathenistic music playing. It says to the war, which they are Israelites, in my opinion, they're called negritos, little niggas, little Negroes, with the holy instruments and the trumpets to blow in his hand. Not just the trumpet, it said the holy instruments. So they had stringed instruments, they had drums, and when they were killing people, they were playing music. You were killing people, you would time it. You would chop a guy's head off when a certain song hits a certain note. He said, I'm gonna time this shit. I'm gonna time it. And then we're gonna be doing that when we kill these Edomites in the kingdom and fuck them up. There's gonna be music in the background. It says, and Moses sent them to war, 1,000 of every tribe, Eleazar the priest. I read that already, 7th verse. And they warred against the Midianites as Yahawah commanded Moses. The Most High told Moses to get 12,000, 1,000 out of each of the tribes, 12,000 to get swords and to kill these people, because I don't like them. And they slew all the males. Remember, they said Deuteronomy 21 and 21 and 10. And they slew the kings of Midian beside the rest of them that were slain, namely Evi and Rekem and Zur and Hur and Reba, 5 kings of Midian. Balaam also the son of Beor, they slew with the sword. So that's how he died. So now when he came back, he ain't coming back as no Israelite. Most High gave him the gift of prophecy to see the end of the world, to see what John the Revelator saw, or John the Apostle saw, what Daniel saw, what Isaiah saw, what Jeremiah saw, what all these prophets saw, Joel saw, Amos saw. He saw the same thing, but he wasn't an Israelite. It says, and the children of Yashar'Allah took all the women of Midian captive. Why? Because they already got the law, Deuteronomy. Well, Deuteronomy came after Numbers, but the establishment was you just can't rape them on the field. You just can't take them home and rape them. You got to let them mourn. So that they have rights? Yes, they have limited rights. And these are women of the other nations. And their little ones, and took the spoil of all their cattle and of all their flock and all their goods. They just took their shit. They take their shit. The Canaanites don't touch none of their stuff. But you can take their stuff and use it for yourself. That's called booty. Back in the day, we used to call women booty, because a booty is a spoil. We used to say, let me go try to bag this chick up. That's a spoil. That's you taking her. You're gonna get a number from a woman if she think you look a certain way and you got that, alpha male attitude. You look all dumpy and grumpy. They ain't gonna give you nothing. Oh, we're just friends. And they burnt all their cities wherein they dwelt, and all their goodly castles with fire. And they took all the spoil and all the prey, both of men and of beasts. Well, ultimately, they killed all the males. And they brought the captives and the prey and the spoil, and Moses and Eleazar the priest, and unto the congregation of the children of Yasharallah, unto the camp at the plain of Moab, and are by Jordan near Jericho. And Moses and Eleazar and all the princes of the congregation went forth to meet them without the camp. And Moses was wroth. Why was he wroth? Let me do this. Moses told him to kill all the men. Who did they spare? And Jake is hard-headed, boy. Jake is just hard-headed. They do shit half-ass. Okay, it says right here, 11th verse. And they took all the spoil and all the prey, both of men and beasts. Well, Moses said just to kill all the men. This is what he said. And they warred against the Midianites as Yahawah commanded Moses, and they slew all the males. But they didn't slay all of them. They killed a lot of them. But the ones that gave up, they took them in. And Moses, Mashal got mad. It says, and Moses was wroth with the officers. And look, we got camps. New York is cut up into many different camps, and there's leaders. So now you leaders are going to be accountable for what the men under you are doing, whether they're doing right or wrong. He didn't go to all the Israelite men war. He went to the officers. You got officers of 10, officers of 50, officers of 1,000, officers of 100. And then in the ancient world, if you got a particular office from the king, and he said, "Look, if you don't do this successfully, we're gonna kill you." Remember the jailer in the book of Acts with the Apostle Paul? They said, "If you guys the angels open up the gates with Peter and Paul and them," and the guys, the jailer said, "Man, they're gonna kill me," because that's what they did. He said, "If you fail, you didn't get fired. You didn't get a pink slip. You got a sword on your neck." Go back into the history. Any king in the ancient world that had men that had certain offices, if they failed, they got put to death. They got put to death. It says, and Moses was wroth or angry with the officers of the host, with the captains over thousands and captains over hundreds, which came from the battle, because he gave them a direct order and they didn't obey it. And Moses said unto them, "Have ye saved all the women alive? Behold, these caused the children of Yasharallah through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against Yahawah in the matter of Peor. And there was a plague among the congregation of Yah. The Most High put a plague on them because they weren't doing the right thing. Now, therefore, kill every male. That's why the Most High sent a plague on them, because they killed a lot of males, but they spared a lot of them. The ones that gave up and threw their swords down, they said, "Okay, just bring them in as captives." Then Moses told you what the fuck to do. That's why we in the house cleaning right now in New York. A lot of wallflowers and hands in their pocket, man. We don't need you guys. What the fuck we need you for? Now, therefore, kill every male among the little ones. What's the little ones? The infants, the 2-year-olds, the toddlers, the terrible twos, the 10-year-olds, the 11-year-olds, the 12-year-olds. The 12-year-old, you begin to be a man. I said, now therefore kill every male among the little ones. Kill the babies and kill every woman that have known men by lying with them. Every married woman, just kill her because she's praying to her God. But listen at this. But all the women children that have not known a man, virgins, patwala, by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves. So what did they do with the women? When they came of age, when they went, and by the way, you Negroes, the conscious community, and y'all talking all this mess, talking about a pedophile. A pedophile is a child lover. What is a child? A child is a human, whether it be boy or girl, pre-pubescent, before they reach puberty. So once they develop, they're young women and young men. That's why when you're 12, 13, they'll say, okay, young man. They don't call you boy anymore. They call you young man. It says, but all the women children that have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourself. So what they do with these women children when they came of age, they were popping them, they were having babies with them. And them babies were Israelites. Ain't no such thing as no half breeds. But all the women, it says Aisha, it should be Ayasha. Ayasha. So there should be a Yah there. Okay, so it says children. Let's see what the word children means. The word there is top, not top, top. Children, little ones. Oh, here it is again. Genesis 34, verse 29. And all their wealth and all their little ones and their wives took they captive and spoiled even all that was in the house. Now let me come back. Let me put in the context. Okay, that's some Hamites. The sons of Jacob came upon the slain and spoiled the city because they had defiled their sister. That was Levi and Simeon. So what did they do? They said, we're going to chop y'all up and we're going to take your kids and we're going to take what you got. That's Jake. It says they took their sheep and their oxen and their asses for what they did to the sister Dinah, and that which was in the city and that which was in the field. They took all their shit and all their wealth and all their wealth and all their little ones, little boys and little girls, and their wives took they captive and spoiled even all that was in the house. And Yaquab said to Simeon and Levi, ye have troubled me to make me to stink among the inhabitants of the land. Meaning they looking at you, see, these niggas. Anyway, it says, and they said, should he deal with our sister as with an harlot? So they got mad and they were justified in that thing. And Yaquab got nervous. Yeah, Jacob got nervous. So anyway, you know what? let me come over here. Let me see what they're saying over here. Where am I? Okay, listen up.
All of these particular words that they're using, BHI, Black Hebrew Israelites, Black identity extremists, all of those are carry that negative word black, which when someone thinks of black, they automatically thinks the worst. It's a buzzword. Extremists is a buzzword. They automatically think of something negative. So you're using this purposely to build up the case so that you can eventually lay a charge upon us. Can you get Revelation 12th chapter? The 10th verse. So reading on, it says, it should be noted that not all BHI adherents include Native American population in the 12 tribes, but they all agree that white people are conventionally accepted uh, or conventionally accepted JEWS are not members of the tribe. And that's true. All right, because according to the Bible, there's 18 nations upon the planet Earth. All right, the so-called white man comes from Esau, Edom. The so-called JEWS that call themselves JEWS but are not, they come from Esau, Edom as well, but by way of his grandson Amalek. Okay, are not members of the tribes. This is a departure from the mainstream understanding of the 12 tribes as a reference to Jacob's 12 sons. So just because something is a mainstream understanding and the whole world believes in it doesn't make it true. All right? The whole world believes that that Yahawashi is a so-called white man. God. And why do they believe that? They believe that because you propagated these lies. Everything the world believes, they believe because you have pushed those lies out there. God. And what we're doing is we're breaking down those strongholds according to the book of First Corinthians, the 10th chapter, in the 13th verse. All right, we're breaking down those strongholds and we're defeating your narrative. And you're mad because your narrative ain't working no more. So you got to try to push us back in that category of being negative and violent and extremist. All right, because as long as we step outside of that narrative and that image that you painted for the world to view us as, all right, you don't have the power that you need. All right, you don't have the ability to control as you need. See, look, we're not in that box that you force us in no more. All right, we're following the truth. All right, people know that we look when cops roll up on us. You know, they don't try to lock us up. They don't try to get us off the street. They'll tell us, look, you exercising your rights. But then also, we don't go out there cause any problems. We go out there, preach our message, and then we leave. That's right. Reading on, it says this is a departure from mainstream understanding of.
Yeah, rulers are not a terror to that which doeth good. I'm merely paraphrasing Romans chapter 13, but to the evil. So they roll up on us. We say, "How you doing, officer? You know, we're here. You know, exercising our First Amendment right." I remember there's one officer. He's out there speaking in New Jersey, and an officer came. He looked like he could have been one of the Latin tribes, but he kind of could have been like Italian. And he rolled up, and I said, "Oh, here comes trouble." And he was cool. He said, "Hey, how y'all doing? This is the first time me knowing y'all. I just want to, you know, say I'm the cop on the beat." And he said, I understand you got your First Amendment rights. So you guys have a nice day. I said, you have a nice day too, officer. And that was that. Hey, when I get pulled over by a police officer, I'm cool with them. I become their best friend. I'll refer to him as officer. I even argue with Edomite cops concerning the ticket. And but I would say officer, and they would say sir. And I said, "Oh well, I'll see you in court, and I'm gonna beat this. I'm gonna beat this. You just waste your time." He said, "We'll see about that. Come time to go to court, the case get thrown out." And most of the time, I would get pulled over by Edomite, mostly Edomite cops. They look, they'll check, they'll talk to me, fill me out, check my information, see if I'm legit, and then they'll say, "Oh, you went, you went through that stop sign, you didn't realize it." And then you might say sorry. And he said, "No, no, you have a nice day, sir. You have a nice day." And I'm about, but niggas get shot up, and one nigga years ago, I'm not coming out the car. I'm not coming out the car. Then the cops busted the windows, and this guy saying, Yahawah, Yahawashi, Yahawah, Yahawashi. Them cops ripped him out the frame being the car. The scriptures speak about if it had all possible, live peaceably with all men. It says, agree with thy adversary quickly. They don't understand Yahawashi. And remember, the vagabond Jews, Sceva and his 7 sons, they call on Yahawashi. Them demons still beat the shit out of them. Beat the clothes off their asses, man. And you probably a guy that don't teach nothing, but you remember Yahawashi, Yahawah. Look, just be cool with the cops. You just say, don't say shalom to the cop in the name Yahawah Bashim Yahawashi. What is this, an Arab terrorist? You putting a curse on me? You deal with the cops. How you doing, officer? So when they come, they're coming to fulfill prophecy. Remember, Second Ezra chapter 15, Second Ezra chapter 16. We're going to start reading them scriptures more and we'll probably do that over the weekend, most high willing. Because we're coming to that time. And the reason why they're going to roll on us and Jake as a whole, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, spoiling and destroying them that fear the Most High. So they don't know. They're part of a system. They don't understand what's going on. But a lot of these officers and all of you guys got police, you got infiltrators in your groups, all of y'all. And if you don't, let's say there's a group outside of GMS. If you don't have any infiltrator, then you're the infiltrator. You the guy, you the insider, man. You done took that bag. Anyway, let's listen to a little bit more and I'm gonna close.
Of the 12 tribes as a reference to Jacob's 12 sons, who each represent a different genealogical thread of the Jewish population. That is by far the most stupidest statement that I've ever heard. All right, because first of all, how can you speak of the 12 tribes of Israel, but then to say that who each represents a different genealogical thread of the JEWIS population? Well, first of all, the JEWs is just one tribe. So are you telling me that there's 12 tribes of the JEW? Are you telling me that there's which JEW is a short way of saying Judah? So are there 12 tribes of Judah? That is a stupid freaking statement, man. It's dumb. It's stupid. Similarly, adherents of the white supremacist Christian identity movement also claims to be members of the lost tribes of Israel, and some of them may very well be. All right, just bug the hell out. You got something?
Yeah, I had to pull that scripture out earlier.
Okay.
This is First Corinthians. Is it 2 Corinthians? Yeah, this 2 Corinthians.
Okay,
10,
2 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, verse 13.
2 Corinthians 10
and 3, not 13, 3.
For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For our weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahawah Bashim Yahawashi.
See, you calling us extremists, and we're not even carnal.
Okay.
We're spiritual. We're not carnal.
Any Israelites out there that's speaking on the highways and the byways that get carnal, they're ready to beat somebody up or, get into it or, you know what I'm talking about. The Spirit's not dealing with them. The scriptures speak about us being sheep in the midst of wolves. You put a wolf and a sheep together in the ring, who gonna win? That's gonna be an easy fight. Let's listen to a little bit more.
I know we're spiritual, but you calling us extremists. All right, we're not out here promoting violence. All right, we're not out here promoting people to take up actual weapons. All right, to fight against Esau, Edom, and their military. Well, first of all, Yahawashi says to Peter, sheath thy sword. All right, he said that he that lived by the sword shall die by the sword. First of all, Apostle Gabar just brought it out in the lesson. If I'm not mistaken, he said it was like 6,000 soldiers that came, all right, to appertain Yahawashi. Like that's overly too much.
Okay.
But that shows you the fear that they had of Yahawashi because of the power that was on him. All right, and Yahawashi did a push, made every single one of them soldiers fall down to the ground with spiritual power. With spiritual power. All right, and eventually we're going to receive spiritual power.
That's right.
All right. But however, if it's meant for us to go through something, because what does it say in the book of Revelation 2:10? It says that the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
Okay.
So we understand that that comes with this.
Okay.
We gonna some of us gonna go to prison. Some of us gonna be beaten for this truth. Some of us are gonna be persecuted. Some of us may even be killed.
Okay.
But we believe that we're gonna live again, and we're gonna come back as gods, man.
That's right.
And we're gonna get our leg back.
That's right.
All right, we're gonna get our leg back. But however, all of that on a carnal tip, we're not carnal, we're spiritual. And everything that we say, we can back it up with the word of the Heavenly Father. That's the reason why I quoted those scriptures earlier.
Okay.
All right, speaking as an oracle of the Heavenly Father. That's the reason why I quoted the scriptures. Let every man give answer, according to the scriptures. All right, like it states within the book of 1 Peter, the 3rd chapter, the 15th verse. All right.
But mighty through Yahawah to pulling down the strongholds, casting down the imagination of every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahawah by Yahawashi, bringing into captive every thought into obedience of the Messiah.
Okay. It says black Hebrew Israelites are not Jews, and black Jews are not the same as black Hebrews Israelites, which is fucking stupid. It's dumb. They're looking at this thing as if, it's a belief. All right, this is beyond a belief. This is a heritage. All right, and it's a nationality. So they're all.
Anyway, with that, this is the video. GMS Inquire Early 2. They're preparing for war against the Israelites. So you can go to it and watch the video. It's over. So it was live. It's no longer live. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.